when the program started, the Maharaja Lela class Littoral Combat Ship was expected to be Malaysia's largest and most capable surface combatant. But severe setbacks, corruption scandals, and delays have historically defined the program. However, in recent years, we have seen a transition from a stalled project to an active production phase under tighter government oversight. Does this mean Malaysia's $2.8 billion program is finally fixed? The Maharaja Lela class LCS program serves as a case study in defense procurement reform, transitioning from a stagnant, scandal-ridden private contract to a government-stabilized project. Originally conceived as a modernization cornerstone for the Royal Malaysian Navy, the program collapsed under the management of the private firm Busted Naval Shipyard. In 2011, BNS was awarded a 9 billion ringgit contract for 6 Going-class frigates. Construction began in 2015 with the first ship of class LCS-1 Maharaja Lela, originally slated for delivery in 2019. However, by 2022, no ships had been delivered despite the government paying over 6 billion ringgit. Investigations revealed a toxic mix of financial mismanagement and corruption. Forensic audits and a public accounts committee report exposed misappropriation of funds, front-loaded payments, and lack of accountability. The scandal led to criminal charges against high-ranking executives, including the former managing director of Busted Heavy Industries. And for the time being, the project became a ghost fleet. To prevent the program's total collapse, the Malaysian government intervened. The government took full ownership of the shipyard through the Ministry of Finance, rebranding it as the Lumut Naval Shipyard or LUNAS. The program was formally restarted in 2023 with some adjustments. To ensure fiscal viability, the order was reduced from 6 to 5 ships, and the pay-for-progress model was implemented, ensuring funds are released only upon verification of physical construction milestones. After hitting rock bottom, the only direction left was up, and the LCS program is finally finding its footing. Under LUNAS management, the program has shown measurable progress. On May 23, 2024, LCS-1 finally hit the water. Because the ship was infamously launched for show back in 2017 before being quietly hauled back into the hangar, the shipyard officially called this milestone a downslip. Following fitting out work, LCS-1 set sail under its own power in January and officially commenced sea trials by late April. LCS-1 was originally slated for delivery this August, but the date has been pushed back 4 months to December. Malaysian officials attribute the delay to critical inspection and replacement of internal wiring and piping following a design audit by Naval Group, as well as supply chain bottlenecks from foreign OEMs, which we'll get to in just a second. The rest of the fleet is gaining momentum too. LCS-2 underwent its technical downslip in May 2025 before its formal launch in July, putting it on track for 2027 delivery. LCS-3 hit the water in February with harbor and sea trials slated for March and October 2027. More importantly, defense officials confirmed that LCS-3 through 5 remain unaffected by the delays hitting the first 2 hull, meaning for now, the rest of the program is running right on schedule. Most of the LCS core systems are already fitted and operational. During its early sea trials, LCS-1 was spotted carrying its main gun, the Bofors 57mm Mark III. As the most advanced iteration of the 57mm family, the Mark III's real party tricks is its Mark IIIP programmable ammunition. This allows the gun system to switch in milliseconds between air defense, surface targets, and shore bombardment, all housed inside a stealth cupola, further reducing the ship's RCS, and it just looks cooler for the entire design, isn't it? You might be wondering, why does Malaysia stick with the Bofors 57mm when most regional navies have moved to the Leonardo 76mm? The answer is simple: logistics. By standardizing the Bofors across its entire fleet, Malaysia secures a resilient supply chain with ammunition produced by BAE, Sako in Finland, Nammo in Norway, and crucially, right at home by SME Ordnance. So, even in a crisis, Malaysia ensures its fleets remain combat ready regardless of international supply chain volatility. Malaysia also chose a UK-based company SEA to supply its torpedo launcher system for the Navy's LCS program. SEA's TLS system is weapons agnostic, allowing compatibility with a range of lightweight torpedoes, whether MU-90, Mark 54, or else. And just last week at the Farnborough Air Show, Malaysia's MINDEF issued a letter of acceptance to MBDA for the VL Mika. While the final contract is still pending, each LCS is set to carry 16 cells. Now, there's an inconsistency in the information I found online, which I hope our Malaysian brothers can clarify for us. Army Recognition claims these missiles will sit inside the silver vertical launch system. The outlets like Naval News haven't explicitly confirmed it. If true, that is a massive win for the Navy. Upgrading to a launcher like the Silver F-43 or better wouldn't just host the Mika. It would give the LCS a built-in growth path for longer-range missiles down the line. But if not, that's fine too. VL Mika is one of the most accurate point defense missiles. And if the Navy wants to double the interception range, they can just upgrade it to Mika NG without the need to change the existing infrastructure. Other systems that are confirmed for the LCS include two 30mm cannons from MSI, Naval Group Cetis EMS, Smart S Mark II radar, Rheinmetall TMEO EOTs, and Thales hull and towed array sonars. However, a major blow just hit the LCS program's primary striking power. The fleet was originally designed to carry 8 naval strike missiles, but just days before scheduled delivery, the Norwegian government abruptly revoked the export license. The fallout was immediate. Malaysian Prime Minister publicly blasted the decision as unacceptable, and Malaysia has retaliated by freezing defense purchases from Norway while demanding over $250 million in compensation, covering not just the 95% already paid, but the hefty cost of ripping out Norwegian equipment and retrofitting the ships for an alternative missile system. Losing the NSM just days before delivery is a devastating blow to the Navy's readiness. It's no exaggeration to call the NSM one of the most advanced anti-ship and land attack missiles on the planet. Packed with a 120kg warhead and a range exceeding 200 nautical miles, this stealthy 5th-generation missile is actively reshaping modern naval warfare, which is why world-class navies are rushing to adopt it. Stripping it from the LCS fleet leaves a massive hole in its primary strike capability, making Malaysia's intense frustration entirely understandable. Honestly, I feel like this entire diplomatic train wreck is preventable if only the LCS program hadn't imploded years ago. Naval News confirmed Kongsberg began production of NSM for Malaysia back in 2019, but by then the program was already halted for a year. Then came the pandemic and a chaotic cycle of 3 different Malaysian administrations pushing delivery dates into an entirely different geopolitical era. Now, with the war in Ukraine reshaping European security, Norway is prioritizing its own backyard, leaving Malaysia caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. From what I see, it's a prime modern example and a costly one of an old proverb. For one of a nail, the shoe was lost. For one of a shoe, the horse was lost. For one of a horse, the rider was lost. For one of a rider, the battle was lost. For one of a battle, the kingdom was lost. But there's no use crying over spilled milk. There are other alternatives to the NSM. Turkish Atmaka or Swedish RBS-15 Mark IV could be an alternative. Or, since it's a French design and uses mostly French equipment, I think Exocet Block 3 or 3C could be a worthy alternative. Now, we wait. Can Lumut Naval Shipyard keep its promise of delivering the first LCS in December? Only time will tell. What do you think of the overall situation of Malaysia's Maharaja Lela class Littoral Combat Ship? And what do you think is the worthy replacement for the NSM? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one.